Ryan Koenigsberg here for DNVR. We are on the scene at Red Raider Outfitter, where we came to find out about what's going on with this shirt controversy. We were a little bit curious because in the video you could see a shirt behind them, but to their credit, they are not offering that shirt. At the same time though, we walked just a few steps down the street and found something very interesting. Did you work with Colorado on getting this on the shirt?
Well, we had a graphics team design this, and then we have to submit it for their approval.
And they approved it.
They approved it.
How was that? How was that experience?
Easy peasy.
We also spoke with a local industry source who told us they believe the story about the shirt was a bit, quote, fabricated. In a statement from the University of Colorado, they maintained that the decision was, quote, unrelated to the Celebrate America theme. I spoke with a representative of Red Raider Outfitters and asked if we could see the original design of the shirt. They were not interested in showing me that, but did describe it as a Red Raider wrangling a buffalo, which is new news to us. As for Colorado, their salute to service game is actually next week, interestingly enough, and plenty of Colorado gear featuring the American flag is available at the team store. Let's go.
You!
Vámonos!
Hey! Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dog.
Yes, sir.
What's dog in Spanish?
Welcome to
Perro.
That's not perro.
the DNVR Pregame Show.
Roll those R's.
For Colorado at Texas Tech, presented by Game Time and Coors Light.
Curve.
Speaking
Look
of-
at that.
Download the Game Time app, sign up with the promo code Buffs, get $20 off your first purchase, and then get these frosty, ice-cold Blue Mountain
look at
Coors
that.
Lights delivered
that.
to your door
Look at
with
that.
Instacart
That looks like it's straight out of an ad.
when you go to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. What is up, boys?
What is up?
Wait, I want it back, though. Oh, this is mine. Thank you.
Can the black guy get one?
Damn.
I mean, can you hand it to me?
We're going to involve phrasing
Here
here?
we go. Early.
That's crazy.
Jeez.
Careful because they're almost frozen.
Stop,
so
bro.
You might have like a Coors Light slushy.
Oh, those are the best kind.
You just got to drink it kind of quick.
Yeah, those are the best kind. Jake's a good arm race, too.
Stop.
It's one of the best apple ciders.
Yes. That's all Mata knows is apple cider.
Yep.
Of course.
That's it.
Well, what's up, Mata?
What's going on?
Lubbock, Texas, we're here.
Again.
How was your trip here, man? I mean, it was a blizzard out there.
Yeah, it was a bit chilly. You know, we left practice this morning. My first time driving, like, actual snow, because usually, like, when I wake up for practice and there's snow, there's, like, already, like, salt in the roads and everything.
Yeah.
That was the first time that, like, there was no salt. And I don't think I've slipped so many times in my life.
You gotta be careful out there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We need someone to carry you like who was it that was carrying Travis?
Coach Houston.
Yeah, Coach Houston. We need a Coach Houston to come and carry you as well. We can't have any leg injuries.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
How you feeling?
Right now,
Yeah.
kind of tired. I'm not gonna lie. It was a long plane ride. Not really, but like the whole process of like having to wait for the blizzard to like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But it was cool. You know, feel me. I feel good right now though. I feel
Good
ready.
stuff.
I feel prepared. Just
So we were out and about in Lubbock today. Very windy today. Don't think it's going to be that windy tomorrow, but how do you prepare for what you can't prepare for?
well, realistically, I don't even think about it until like I'm warming up, and that's when I notice like where the wind's blowing
Yeah.
and like from what part of the field is it gonna blow. But something my kicking coach actually taught me was that like back in like high school, a perfect ball will not be affected by the wind. So I just gotta hit a perfect ball and I'll be fine.
Is there like some sort of, I don't know, how do you like calculate for it? Like, is it just feel? you feel how strong the wind is and just say, okay, if it's, blowing this hard, I got to play it a little bit further right or whatever?
It's kind of like golf, You just kind of aim. Actually, nah. So it depends. So if it's blowing right, I like to aim at the right post.
Mm-hmm.
Or like from right to left, I like to aim for the right post just because I know that like my natural curve is gonna go left, and then with the wind it's gonna go a little bit more left. But if it's going like straight into my face, pause. I usually like.
There's nothing further I can teach him.
Yeah.
Like you are a Jedi Master.
Yeah. That's when like a perfect ball won't affect won't be affected by the wind.
Yeah.
I just gotta hit it, and if it gets there, it gets there.
So before the show, I said, what do you think of me rocking Neely's sunglasses? And you didn't say anything. And I was just curious if I could follow up on that now that you have to answer.
I just got beat by the statement. There's nothing better I could
RG
say.
Zinger.
Yeah, I said, Ma, do you think I can pull these off? And RG chimed in from the back and said, you should definitely pull them off.
I like them on you, man. You got a Scott Storch super producer out of Miami vibe going. I say keep rocking them.
All right.
Sure.
How was the bye week? What's your approach for bye weeks?
I try to minimize kicking just to get my leg back fresh, get in the cold tub, hot tub, do cycles in there, massage, obviously, chiropractor, and just making sure that, my legs are fresh for the next week.
Yeah. I was telling the guys on the show yesterday that, we've had one bye week, came off that bye week, lost a close one at home to Kansas State. Not that we slacked ass that bye week, but it was a different one with this one. Like, there was a lot more work being done. Talk to us about the vibe, the energy between the two bye weeks. Like, what's the difference in both of them?
I think we got a little bit too complacent on the first bye week. I feel like we went into that bye week after a big win against UCF, like, oh, yeah, we're going to win the whole thing. We feel great. And then Kansas State happened, and it was like a whole wake-up call, knowing that we can't be, having the same mentality in that second bye week. And so coaches really emphasize, focusing on the little details, little technique, little twitches and stuff like that, which is we kind of had a different, a killer mindset this whole bye week, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When all the talk, and you guys maybe don't necessarily listen to all of this stuff, but when all the talk becomes about, okay, if Colorado can win out, they can do this or this, that, the other, how as a team do you stay focused on 1 week when a lot of the talk is about what could happen if you win all 4 remaining games?
Right. Well, it's all about controlling the controllables, being able to win it out. It's down to us, how we play, how disciplined we are with everything. And we know that, we see it. We see the media, we see what they're saying, but we really don't. We try not to pay much attention to it.
Fair.
Coach was kind of talking about that at his press conference on Tuesday, and he almost kind of went into a monologue about it, how this team has been, a lot of dirt thrown on you guys, name dragged through the mud, all that. Would you say that's a motivating factor, for the remaining month of the season?
For sure. Just being able to, prove people wrong and having them, be quiet with our actions just kind of, helps us, our confidence to some extent. Feels great. For example, the shirt thing. I feel like, they can't say that we're going to go 4-8 anymore. So they're like, oh, yeah, they don't like the American flags.
Right.
So they just try to pull little things like that.
Yep.
It's cool.
Did they ask to see if they could put it on with the Mexican flag?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, man, welcome to the world of being a minority.
Hey. No, I've
I had to struggle for a Coors Light. Solidarity.
That's
yes,
crazy,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
You have access to unlimited Coors Lights.
Got to milk it, man.
Fair enough.
No, you just drink it. You don't have to milk it.
You know what?
RG's in rare form today, man.
RG was right. Pull him off. Mata, pregame, you guys got a ritual. You kick back up, and Coach Prime loves messing with y'all doing that. I know last time we talked, you said how that doesn't bother you. But you have this nonverbal communication, you and Mate are got this synergy going. Talk about how that developed between the kicker and the holder, because you guys are tight on the field, off the field, and just kind of give each other that wink and nod that y'all are locked in.
No, well, the ritual really begins back in it's actually about to begin after the team meeting tonight. I have this little hydration thing called Salud, and we call it our winning spirit. Which, you know, we drink like a bottle before bed, and then like a bottle before the game.
Yeah.
And then if we drink it the way we're supposed to drink it, we win.
I love that.
So it's just like, you know, having a chemistry with him it's honestly
I also
important.
have a tradition of drinking spirits the night before the game and right before the game.
I love
That's crazy, dude.
And
I love it.
and during.
Yeah, exactly. Have you tried that yet? Actually?
During? No, but I'm probably gonna have to, like, you know, build up to it for next season.
Wait, so what are you talking about? Like,
So Salud is this company, right? And it's like little packets, and so they have the 3 different kinds. It's hydration and immunity, which helps for hydration and your immune system. That's
why they call it hydration and immunity.
There you go. See,
I'm
just making. I'm just making sure.
No, I'm with you. I just had to make sure, Jacob.
I got you. Then there's one for sleep, and there's one for energy and focus.
Unless you got headphones
In my
on.
opinion, the ones that taste the best is the hydration ones, and there's like Mexican flavors. There's like horchata, there's jamaica, tamarindo, paloma, and there's different like flavors like that. And it tastes really good, and it just happens to hydrate you as well.
Mata, let me let you in on something that you're probably aware of because you spent a little time at Jackson State. In my neighborhood, we don't have flavors; we have colors. Like that's not cherry, that's red.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I knew that.
Yeah, I knew you knew.
Boulder's just getting to me.
yeah. So
Boulder changed you, bro.
Boulder. Wait, this is actually perfect because speaking of Boulder and Colorado changing people, since you guys got here, especially like Bucky has been talking about how the cold in Colorado doesn't feel like the cold in Texas.
I tried to tell y'all.
And Unk talked about it with Mississippi too. Obviously, you coming from Georgia. I've always like understood it because, you know, it never feels that cold in Colorado to me. But like we're out here today, we had to walk around the stadium to get our parking pass. It was like 45, 50 degrees and windy. Significantly colder than it was in Colorado yesterday morning, dumping snow at 7 a.m. when we were getting on the bus. That's crazy.
I think it has to do with the humidity.
Has a lot to do with it. All about the moisture in there. Back home, I can't get people to believe. It's like, no, you see it snowing, but it's not cold.
I know. Every time my dad comes, he's like, we check the weather for the next game. For example, Kansas State. It was supposed it was like what 60 at night, and he's like, oh, it's gonna be freezing cold. I'm like, no, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be cool. But he's comparing it to Georgia weather, instead of Colorado weather.
Speaking of cool, your dad is cool.
He is pretty cool.
See where you get it from. Swag is genetic. Yeah,
that's my plan. It's just to grow up to be like him.
Hell yeah.
my man.
Speaking of dads that were cool, Jacob Politte's dad, we got to hang out
Yeah.
with.
Shout out Jacob Politte's dad.
Hey man, here's a moment that I saw that y'all didn't see because y'all were the ones seeing it. J-Po's dad walked in. Y'all didn't know who he was yet. And so, like, I hugged him. And y'all were like, who's this guy?
I just thought he was a I thought he was one of
he looked like
the
like,
pregame show.
He like,
fans all
how is
over
a
the
guy
country.
walking into a barbecue joint just hugging people?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's Jacob's dad. Like, oh, okay, now we get it.
Yeah, man. King Silas.
Yeah.
What a guy.
What a guy. What a restaurant.
Typo.
Oh, we ate our asses off today, man. Pause.
Jesus Christ.
That's crazy.
We had a lot of food.
I heard it was good though.
It was.
Yeah,
it was a great
so
place. What's the name of it?
Evie Mays.
Evie Mays.
Yep.
Shout out to Evie Mays. It was excellent barbecue.
Or is it Evie Mays?
Evie Mays.
Coach Pollock.
Coach Pollock in the house. Hey, Coach Pollock's arrival could only mean one thing: your departure.
You're off the hook, bro.
I do have something to say before I do though.
All right.
please.
Let him cook.
I wouldn't be here in this seat without Coach Pollock and Jacob. They're the ones
Speak
that
on
recruited me to Jackson State.
How?
Coach Pollock is like the
This is the Georgia man.
yeah. He's like that region. And then Jacob, he was actually there from an official visit and came to the hotel and like talked to me and everything.
And you actually like believe the type of shit he was saying?
Some of the stuff. Some of the stuff.
You know what
told
we
me
should
that-
call Coach Pollock back at Jackson State? The dog catcher. He would come home every break with a dog.
Yeah.
I think you should call him Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, he told me we had like this Hall of Fame coach. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
And it worked out. Worked out.
It did work out.
But yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you,
see
brother.
y'all. Yes, sir.
Appreciate
y'all.
All right, Mata, see ya. Go eat. I know you said you're not hungry,
Careful, you're
you tangled.
caught up there. You could end the whole show right
You
now.
could.
If you take one wrong step.
and that foot has value. We need that foot.
We do need
Perfect.
that foot.
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Shout out the homies at Game Time.
Hey, Tony.
If you're coming to the show in Lubbock tomorrow, or coming to the Well, I guess it will be a show. Buffs are going to put on a show.
Yeah, we were talking to a woman outside of that T-shirt place today, and she was like, "You guys got tickets?" And I was like, "You got to check out Game Time,
Yep.
lady."
What's up with the T-shirt deal, man? What are we talking about?
We'll get to it in a sec.
I have no idea what's going on with that. I've had people hit me on Twitter, but I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, lots of stuff going on, concerts and events. Get your tickets on Game Time. Download the app, create an account, use the promo code BUFFS, BUFFS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BUFFS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time! And to that lady out on the street talking to RK, download the app.
Download the app. Use the code BUFFS. It's that simple.
It's right there, man.
Also, shout out to
Coors Light.
Curse Light.
Yeah.
look
Mountains
at
of blue, man.
This honestly looks like we're doing a paid advertisement.
Like we sprayed it with a spray bottle?
Exactly. Like we're setting it up for a commercial. Perfectly frosted
That's pretty damn
cans of
good, too.
Coors Light.
Mountains are blue, baby.
The mountains
you know
are as
what it
blue
is.
as they get.
Coach Pollock is a banquet guy.
Fair enough.
I told you it depends on the situation. if I'm on the water, or if I'm in the presence of certain company, I'll drink a Coors Light.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know if you're like on the job, but you're always welcome. Just
I'm with you, man. I'm always on the job, but hey, listen, sometimes you got to entertain on the job, right?
I always say it helps with my creativity.
Exactly.
Anyways, help your creativity by getting Coors Light. You can have it delivered straight to your door. Go to www.CoorsLight.com/DNVR, and Instacart can send you straight to your door. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Coach
up,
Pollock,
Coach?
you like this. This has nothing to do with football, but our funky dope producer, Alyssa, she's a lake girl. Me and you talk about our times in Boulder, how we wish we could pull out the pontoon and go to a sandbar.
Yes.
She feels our pain.
There you go. See? There's folks in Colorado that are reservoir people. There's a difference in a reservoir and a lake.
What is the difference?
Let's clarify.
What is the difference?
Clarify. A lake is fed by a river.
Yeah.
And there's sandbars. And there's lots of places that you can stop and pull up and sit for a while and meet a lot of great people. There's a lot of great Americans that you can find on a sandbar.
And a reservoir is in the name. It's a reserve. It's a man-made reserve.
And you just ride around in circles.
Yeah.
There's no place to park.
The Redneck Yacht Club.
Listen, man, you've got to be able to
Shout
park.
out to Booger Bottom in Georgia.
Exactly. Hey, Booger Bottom in Georgia, baby.
How's the bye week, Coach?
Man, it was great. We had a great week. We approached this bye week a little bit different from the last one because we just had one a few weeks ago, and I think we approached both the way we should have, depending on that time of the year. Because the first one we practiced 3 days, gave the guys a couple of days off, and brought them back in. This week last week we kept them through Friday, and we practiced most of the week, and had a good workout day Friday. Gave them Saturday off, and like Friday afternoon, all day Saturday, and most of Sunday, and brought them back in Sunday afternoon. So, I felt like that we needed to we did a great job last week as a team of approaching the bye week, and our whole thing was winning the bye week, and I think we did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been talked to Mott about it, talked about it in yesterday's show that there's a big difference in what we did in these 2 bye weeks. It's not like we slacked ass in the first one by no means. Like we were working.
Right.
But I think that attitude-wise, energy-wise, intensity-wise, having lost coming off the bye week has really been a wake-up call for this one.
No doubt. And I think also knowing what could possibly happen, what's on the line now. After you get a little pep in your step when you get bowl eligible, especially when the program hadn't been bowl eligible in a while. A lot of the kids on this team have not been to a bowl. I would venture to say most of them hadn't. The guys that came with us from Jackson State have been to 2 bowls, but some of the guys that we brought in probably hadn't been to a bowl, and it's exciting with the fans. You could see the excitement in the air when we clinched that, and everybody was talking about it. So that was good to go into the bye week, and we had that momentum, and our kids were ready to keep working. And then I tell you what, I really wanted to keep playing, honest with you. But we did need the bye week, and then I'd be dang if we didn't win the bye week Saturday.
Didn't play a game and
didn't play a game. We still won.
You won a lot on Saturday.
We won a lot on Saturday. And and listen, I'm not one of these coaches that gets out there and just like coach talk. Listen, coaches keep up. We know what the standings are.
Yeah.
And we know who's got to win, who's got to beat who. And And we scoreboard watch when it's during a bye week, and it was great to just be able to sit home, in your recliner with some Coors Light.
Yeah, let's go.
And catch, some games. I had the little 4 boxes going on the big screen, flipping back and forth between 4 different games. Got to watch the Houston, Kansas State, then got to watch Texas Tech and Iowa State. Of course, I watched Georgia, Florida, had Michigan, and had Ohio State and Penn State on. So, man, it was great.
Yeah.
And, everything turned out good.
Your
really.
Saturday sounds a lot like mine was.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely,
very similar,
Speaking of Georgia, Florida, shout out to your old friend, my new friend, Bill Goldberg, got inducted into the Florida-Georgia Hall of Fame.
Absolutely,
There's
man.
a Florida-Georgia Hall of Fame.
That's a big game, man.
Wait, time out. Let's explain something, because this
Yeah.
this rookie here don't understand.
Yeah,
That's a
let
big
him know,
game,
Coach.
man.
Let him know.
Dog, it ain't Florida, Georgia. It's Georgia,
Florida.
let's
He
get
said it.
that
I
right.
repeated what he said.
No, let's get that right, okay? The Dogs are up and big in the series, okay?
Yeah.
And yes, they do have a Hall of Fame. There's there's a big. It has a good nickname, world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
Yep.
Of course, they don't like to say it on TV now, but they still do.
Yeah.
But it's a unique event. It's very similar to Texas and Oklahoma game.
Okay.
It's played in a neutral site every year, and all the fans love to go down there. And from St. Simon's Island to Jacksonville down to St. Augustine, it's an event.
Well, people, I just want the folks out there to know that Coach Pollock and Bill Goldberg were teammates at
Yes,
Georgia.
absolutely. He was. It was his last year at UGA. I was a freshman. We played together one year, and he was a great guy back then. He was all SEC All-American candidate, and was a great player. And but he was really good to me. Always has been. And it's great having Gage out here and being able to see him and just see familiar faces that from your past that brings back good memories. And I was really excited for him. That was really big that he got inducted into that. That's a really big deal down there for that. And so it was good for him. And I'm excited to see him tomorrow at the game. He'll be ready.
Yes, sir.
So, speaking of scoreboard watching, obviously the big kind of win that came out of that was, related to the standings, and that all comes down to winning out.
Right.
And so when all of the conversation, and I talked to Mata about this a little bit, when all of the conversation is about win out, win out, win out, how do you keep the team focused on win this week?
Well, to win out, you got to win this week, and that's what you have to tell them, and you got to keep the main thing the main thing. That's one of Prime's big deals, and the main thing this week is Texas Tech. To reach our goal, we got to win this week, and you can't go 10-2 unless you're 7-2,
Yep.
So, we're from this point, we just want to continue taking care of our business, and if you keep taking care of your business, good things will happen to you. And there's just a lot. There's so many scenarios out there, and I think we're starting to peak at the right time. And I think people are starting to take notice, as you can see with the rankings. Being at number 20 in the college football playoff, the rankings that matter. That was big. Just 8 more spots to get in that top 12. And you keep winning. The teams ahead of you are going to lose. There's going to be some games. There's some games this week. There's some teams ahead of us are going to lose.
Yeah.
So we can't worry about that. We just got to worry about ourselves. And if we keep winning, you're going to put yourself in a good situation. So we just got to stay focused and understand that this is what it takes to get to our ultimate goal. This is a great matchup. I think honestly, the game with Iowa State, not only did it help us in the standings, but I think also it got our kids' attention too a little bit more. And not that we wasn't already very respectful of Texas Tech and that we understood they were going to be a tough opponent. But now then when they beat a top 10 team in the country, your kids look around and say, okay, now let's go. We got to get going. That gives us a little bit of extra edge, a little bit of a more laser focus that we need to accomplish what we need to accomplish this week.
Coach, and speaking of that, you're on the offense side of the ball, helping with quality control, being the analyst, all those kind of things. Your fingerprints all over that offense. When you look at this Texas Tech defense, clearly we got some opportunities in the passing game.
Yes.
But they're also a team that, they'll take the ball away from
Right.
you too. How do you balance that opportunity, but ball protection as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've really done a good job all year, but we really put a premium on it last 2 weeks because we knew 2 weeks ago that they had done a great job of takeaways. Anytime, you look at the yardage they've given up, they're giving up over 300 yards passing. They're probably in the bottom half of the country in terms of yardage-wise defensively. But then you look at them, you're saying, hey, they got a record that's, is very shows that they're successful and that they come to play.
Yeah.
And then you look at it and you realize, hey man, they have a talent for getting the ball out.
Absolutely.
They're both of their linebackers do a great job of punching the ball out. They got some other guys on the team. That their DBs do a great job of reading the quarterback's eyes and the one thing that they do is they rally to the ball. So if the ball is in the air, they're probably going to come down with it. So that's when you hustle to the ball, you run the ball, good things happen, and that's what happens for them. So, we're going to have to do a great job this week of not putting the ball on the ground, of not letting them punch it out. Shedeur taking care of his business like he always does, and if we do that, we'll be fine. But like I say, a turnover is worth 100 yards.
Yeah.
I feel like that. So you get a turnover, you can subtract 100 yards from your total.
Mm-hmm. And you can see that in their stats, man, because you look at the yards they give up in time of possession, the scores don't match, which means somebody is getting an 80-yard bomb but fumbling on the one or something like that is happening. We also worked a lot on tempo this week.
Yes. Their offense is a big tempo offense. They run an air raid. Joey McGuire comes in here and he likes to speed things up, does a great job with it. And, it's a situation where our defense is really focused on tempo and how their offense operates. And, it's helped our offense with some tempo.
Mm-hmm.
It's forced our offense to practice some tempo, which is always good for us too. So, it's a deal where we got an opportunity to show that the work we've put in against it. We've done well against some tempo offenses, so I feel good, about it. We just got to come in here. They got a great running back. We got to stop him, man. I mean, I'm gonna bring back a name a lot of folks probably hadn't heard in a while. Byron Hansbar. He's about to break his school record. He's pretty close to it, and he will break it for the end of the year. So anytime you could put any kid's name in the same sentence with Byron Hansbar, that they're a great player.
Yeah. LeJontay Wester, he gets that number 1 jersey, and it feels like we've just seen a steady incline from him. What have you guys seen from him, just as a leader, as a player?
He's a great guy. He's such a hard worker every day at practice. He comes with the right mindset every day. He's got the right, the same approach every day. He's always in a good mood at practice. He loves to practice football. And it shows on Saturday. When anytime a kid like that puts in the work he puts in, the results are going to show, and the results are showing. And he's just continued to get better. He continued to get more comfortable with Shedeur. Shedeur's continued to get more comfortable with him. And, he's kind of developed into a guy that Shedeur can count on in some critical situations to get the ball to, And he's just another weapon for Shedeur to use besides Travis and Jimmy and other gang Will, So it's great to have him stepping up and being as productive as he's been.
You were on the bus that we had, the first
RV.
The first RV we had.
Yeah, man, it's a different bus.
Yeah.
What do you think of our upgrade here?
Man, I'm impressed. Everybody wins when the Buff wins.
Yes, sir.
DNVR's winning too, man. God almighty. Y'all out here in the daggum, got the, we got these lounge chairs here, and we got the whole little back section. Last time we were kind of up in the front.
Yeah.
We got our own little private area back here.
We
got the big. How many
throw the
seats? Got
TV on, watch
6
some
TV,
football.
5 TVs here.
Yeah, we got one right there too.
There's
6
another one
TVs.
up
That's what I'm
there.
talking about.
2 up
man.
front.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it.
I spend my time up front, though, Coach. I'm not going to lie.
There you
My people
Neely
have worked too
hangs
hard
out
to be at the front of the bus to
Hey, I'm
come
with
back
you,
here
dog.
too much.
I'm with you. I understand.
I got to celebrate.
I understand. I ain't mad at it.
You're from the South.
That's
You get
right.
it.
I get it.
Coach Pollock. Coach Pollock's my guy. Let me tell you something, man.
Tell me.
Blessed and fortunate to share office with Coach Pollock. He's invited me in. Like, man, not my office, it's his office.
Do you share an office with Coach Pollock, or did you just move in there?
No, it was an invitation.
It was
man.
an invitation.
Yeah, like
Come on, man.
yeah.
That's my dog.
Yeah, so every now and then I glance over my shoulder to see what he's working on. That guy's working, man. Like he has up the other team and he's making notes and When he gets quiet, or I know he's locked in. I'm like, he's locked in.
I got a question for you, Coach. When you're doing that,
Yeah.
do you watch the whole season of the team you're going up against, or do you just watch certain games?
You know, we will watch the whole season at least once, and then we will pick out the games of the teams that we feel like are similar to us and are more recent, you know. But you do go back and watch, even in the beginning of the year, hey, is there something they've done? Is there some little trick they got up their sleeve that maybe they haven't done it in the last 4 or 5 games, you know, but they may have done it game 1 or 2. So, yeah, you go back and look through the whole games, you know. Heck, I even watch all their games on TV. I want to sit down and watch and listen to the announcers because you can pick up little nuggets of information, you know, things that you can pick up that you wouldn't be able to watch in a cut-up. You know, so just sitting down and watching and listen to the announcers, they'll tell you who's injured and you know what's wrong with him. They'll tell you what he's been struggling with. You know, and you can go back. So, yeah, I do all that, and then I also watch all our games, and then I watch our games. You know, and I evaluate our offense, and I make sure that we don't have any glaring tendencies that defenses can pick up on. And if we do, I talk to our offensive coaches, talk to Coach Shermer, and talk about some things we can do off of that look that can take advantage of, okay, we have passed the ball out of this certain look here every time if we run the ball, whatever. Here's what we can do to kind of you know, remedy that and maybe get a big play off of them, you know, get something. And Coach Shermer does a great job of you know, including our you know, ideas and trying to, you know, make it an inclusive deal for us all, because we got a lot of bright minds in there. You know, we got Jason Phillips in there. That's a great receiver coach. Brett Bartolone's a great offensive mind. He's a young and up and coming guy that's going to be a great offensive coordinator soon. And then you know, Phil Lodeholt, great offensive line coach. And then we got other guys in there as well that really do a good job of evaluating film. And they've got some good ideas, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something. We don't care where an idea comes from if it works. Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter whose idea it is, because if it works, it's gonna benefit us all. So that's the kind of approach Coach Shermer has, and Coach Prime's kind of the same way. You know, I didn't mention Coach Flea. I knew I was mentioning somebody out. You know, great job he does with the running backs. You know, so we've got a good staff that works well together, and you know, I just try to you know. I mean, I even look at NFL teams, other colleges, what they're doing offensively. You know, if there's some, you know, just some trick plays or some things that we can do that are similar. You know, it's real ironic, you know, because you look and you always wonder about your offense, and then you go look at some of the other great teams in the country, and we run some of the very similar concepts. You know, but you can always pick up a little movement, a little something from somebody else. So you know that I'm always trying to just give us an edge, figure out some way to, you know, try to help Coach, you know, get him in the position so he can get Shedeur in the position to be successful, man.
And he's being a tad bit modest, guys, just a tad bit. He left out the help on special teams. He breaks down that film too.
Yeah,
so.
I help on special teams a lot, and you know, like I say, I watch the other team, special team, try to figure out, because I'll be honest with you, you know, I want to be prepared in case I see something that I can pick up, because I'm in the box. Yeah, I got a great view. I'm gonna tell you a story. A guy was in my situation, my position at Georgia when they played Ohio State. He's the one that called down to Kirby when Ohio State had lined up for the fake punt. He's the one that recognized it. So you never can tell if you're the guy that's going to recognize something. Yeah. And you know, and you know, I'm very fortunate. Coach Prime, he's tuned in to things I say. You know, he and I communicate during the game. So, man, I got a great relationship with him. I think he trusts me, and I definitely trust him. So, you know, it's a deal where I just want to my job is to give us every advantage possible that I can give us, and it's you know, I love doing it.
A couple weeks ago, man, we were all over that onside kick because of the preparation that week. You and Tommy Robinson, special teams coordinator Tommy Robinson, were over that possibility all week.
T-Rob told us all week that it was going to be there, and you know, you just he suspected something, you know. And it was a deal where we worked on that. So, yeah, T-Rob did a great job. Him and Zim did a great job of preparing our team for that. And, you know, we just it was actually a deal where right there at the beginning of the play, as soon as they took off, you could see it transpire. Yeah, yep. You know, they did a great job of covering that. I mean, of disguising that. And then right as the whistle blew, they got into their alignment, and you were like, oh, Lord, here it comes. You know, so, but our kids were prepared because our coaches had prepared them. And I tell you what, one thing I will say that is really good about this year's staff, and this is, I'm not saying they didn't do a great job last year. I'm just talking about this year's staff. They really take pride in special teams. Yeah. Our position coaches, our analysts, our GAs, our student assistants are really taking pride in special teams. Our coaches are holding their position players accountable for their play on special teams. It's not just, hey, man, I got a great player here in my position. I'm not worried about what he's doing. No, they are actually grading his special teams practice every day. You know, we're evaluating them. We're letting them know, hey, man, this is you know, what we expect. You know, we're doing the same thing with the scout teams. You know, we're grading scout team every day. And each position coach gets up every day and in the morning, and he goes over all the grades for his players, and he's including the scout team players. You know, and you know, here's the thing. You know, what you expect, you've got to inspect. You know what I mean? You got to inspect what you expect. And when you're in scout team players and guys on special team know that their position coach is watching them and grading them, it makes a big difference. And it's made a big difference in our season.
Before we let you go, I have to tell you, one of the hardest I've laughed online recently. You posted a TikTok, and it was like a girl like looking down like this, and then it cuts to you, and I was already laughing off of that. It was great.
That's my girl Angelina Jolie, by the way.
Yes, okay.
She and I go way back.
Oh, okay, okay. Then I open up the comments, and the first comment is your daughter, and she just says, "Log off."
That's my youngest. That's my youngest daughter. Brenda's got a very similar sense of humor that I have. So yeah, it did not surprise me that she said that, and you know, I got a little chuckle out of that myself.
Well, I call him the Ric Flair of the Big 12, baby. That's Coach Pollock.
Hey man, me and Mike Gundy got a date. It's coming up, baby.
Coach, he might not show up.
He can't hide from me. He cannot hide from me.
This ain't the preseason poll no more. He might not show up, Coach.
That's right.
Coach Mike, we appreciate you, brother. We see you out there tomorrow.
Hey, let's go. Let's go Buffs, baby.
Let's get them. Let's go Buffs.
Thanks,
Coach
Coach.
Michael Pollock on the offensive side of the ball. Always a pleasure to have him join the DNVR Pregame Show.
Yes, sir.
Live from the bus, right outside the team hotel. We're in the parking lot with loitering.
Yeah.
We got the fire barrel going outside. We got some 40 ounces around. We're going to kick it.
I think there's some train tracks over here.
Oh, yeah, we kicking it, man. Right outside the team hotel in Lubbock, Texas.
Let's take a break.
One day, we should take a break.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break. Let's take a break and talk about our friends over at Sleeper. Once again, we are in Texas, which means Sleeper Picks is live, and I cooked up a little don't sit on the mic. I cooked up a little sleeper combo here for tomorrow's game. All you can do over at Sleeper Picks. We've got Travis Hunter over 0.5 anytime TDs, more than 0.5 anytime TDs. You got Shedeur Sanders more than 325.5 passing yards, and we got LeJontay Wester more than 5.5 catches.
All right. Love it.
That feels kind of easy.
It does. Almost feels like cheating.
That is what is the multiplier here? Hold on. That is 20 for 84 is the multiplier on that. So get in on that. Get over and check out our friends over at Sleeper. Get in on your Sleeper picks. You can do it down here in Texas, which is pretty cool. Yeah, shout out Sleeper. And when you use the code Buffs, you can get a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in 25 states.
You're loving
Check
this,
out
ain't
Sleeper
you?
today.
Yeah.
Good job,
You
bro.
love it.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
You guys like money?
I love money.
Shout out our friends over at Elevations Credit Union, the official credit union of the University of Colorado. They're launching their exclusive Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards card. It's emblazoned with the iconic CU Ralphie logo. But go to a credit union, man.
Emblazoned, what a word.
Shout out to Scott for that one.
Yeah.
Scotty Deep Pockets.
Different Scott.
Different
This
Scott,
Scotty
but-
the body.
Yeah.
Scotty the
Scotty the
Pocket.
body. But go to a credit union. They're going to take care of you. They're going to treat you like a person, not another customer or number in their system. And they're going to watch out for your money as well. Go Buffs with the Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards card, the only official credit card of CU Athletics. Only at Elevations Credit Union. Visit buffscreditcard.com to apply and see full card benefits and details. Shout out Elevations Credit Union.
Good point by Thomas Dunn. He said you need the second team in there. Great point. I actually did. I added in Baron Morton over 0.5 interceptions.
There you go.
More than 0.5 interceptions.
Lock that one in.
Jacob
Lock it in.
Politte, my guy.
Our official Lubbock tour guide, and there's a lot to
my
see
guy.
here. Jacob Politte on the show.
J-Po
fellas?
on the show. What up, fam?
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
How you been?
Different setting. We're in my place now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We were talking about it was the genesis of the Big 12.
Yeah, this was like a year and a half ago.
And we just laid it all out. We weren't even talking about really the Buffs or me or nothing. We were just kind of chilling, kicking it, talking about the Big 12, and just to see it come to fruition and, be here with y'all for this game and, just be a part of the DNVR family. It's really dope, and I appreciate y'all having me.
Hell yeah, man. I think you've been looking forward to this game for about a year and a half, right?
Since the schedule came out, yeah.
I'm sure. Can you give us the scouting report on Texas Tech? What do we have to know about this game?
So the fans are loud. That's 100% true. I went to the basketball game on Tuesday night. They played Bethune-Cookman. I'm 2-0 against Bethune-Cookman.
There you go.
Tech beat them. It's not a huge game, but they get up for that type of stuff because they're here to support the Red Raiders. And I think Nebraska was kind of a test for this game. If you're going to use a non-conference game to prepare for the league games like this, people only care about the Red Raiders and barbecue, like y'all know. And so, they're all going to be here to support. I've converted some Buffs. I've converted some Red Raiders to Buffs just, for my time being there. And they see Coach Prime, they see the vision, they respect him. But, it's just going to be a crazy game. They've got some dudes. They've got some dudes on each side. Coy Eakin, he leads the team in touchdowns. Not really high up on the catches, but, just the eye test, I watch him every week. And so he's a dog, big body. He's a great player. He stays the course. Mm-hmm. That's what I like watching about him. Inside linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez, number 10.
Yep.
I played against him in high school.
He's a former quarterback.
Oh, I know. Played against him 4 times in high school, twice in district, twice in the 4th round of the playoffs. We split it. But he's a great player, man. He's either lead or tied for tackles, sacks, pass deflections.
Yeah.
Wow.
As a linebacker. So, just a dude, but nothing the Buffs can't handle.
Let's go.
Before we let you go any further, a really important question. Do you want a Kurz lot?
I sure do.
Hell yeah.
Go.
I can't up down for this no more, huh?
Everyone thought we were hoarding it away from Coach Pollock, but I felt like that was.
No, he had his opportunity. He declined. Then he took 3
Here,
with
let
him.
me help you.
Thank you.
What does this game mean to the city of Lubbock? And, we know what it is. It's everyone's Super Bowl everywhere we go. What's it like out here?
Well, it's my Super Bowl. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a lot. It means a lot to the city of Lubbock. Like I said, there is stuff that goes on around here, but it's really centered around football.
Yeah.
It's centered around football, our communities, the schools, sports, and that's what this is for Lubbock. It's kind of same vibe like when Coach Prime came to Jackson State, and you see the revenue boost up.
Right.
Like all around, like when I'm at work, like we're talking about how good it is for the economy, like people are going to be going to games, spending money, all that type of stuff. But I think it's just a big deal to have a guy like Coach Prime, 2 Heisman candidates, should be at least one of them winning it.
Yep.
And, it just means a lot for everybody.
I got to say, the people that we've met down here have all been really cool.
Yeah.
Even the ones in your sting operation.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It started with the restaurant we went to today. Actually, it started with the people who dropped off our DoorDash last night. Yeah. They were incredibly nice. Then we went to Evie Mays. Is that how it's pronounced? Went to Evie Mays, and the owner was like, came over to our table, said what up. There's free beer there. They were about to be out of pork ribs, but then she was like, well, we have visitors, and you guys, like, we can't be out of pork ribs yet. We had to save these for a catering job we'll do later, but we'll make new ones to make sure you guys can have them. Their hospitality was unbelievable. Then we went downtown to do our T-shirt investigative reporting.
Sting operation.
Everyone that we encountered in that, and, you know, the people from the Matador were incredibly nice, willing to help us out. Everyone around here has been really cool to us.
Yeah. Lubbock's got some good people. I met a guy from Lubbock when he came to Jackson State.
Heard of him?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, man,
Been rocking with him ever since.
It really is a lot of good people out here. You know, Tech fans, they like to talk, and when it's involved around football, they talk a lot of. Can I cuss on here?
You can say shit. Yeah.
They talk a lot of shit on here, and you know, but behind the scenes, like, it really is cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be at the bar. You know, this is like not even this week, like probably even a couple months ago, and I'm wearing a Colorado hat. They're like, bro, Colorado, what's that about? I just pull up my phone.
I don't know.
Me and Key Glock in the uniform.
Yeah.
They're like, no way, bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know, and so they're cool. It's a lot of fake smoke.
Yeah. What has it been like for you watching this team? And I know you're not like within it right now, but what are the differences that you've seen from this year and last year?
Just watching on TV, and you know, I keep up with Mata, and me and Trevor on the game. We talk, and you know, just it's kind of the same jump that I saw from the first full year at Jackson State to the second year. Just another level of maturity that comes with experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so guys have been through these experiences before, and they've gone through stuff together. You know, when you've gone through stuff together, like when we were in Jackson, the water crisis, there was freaking 2 tornadoes in 1 month.
Yeah.
That didn't hit us, but, you know, just like stuff like that, having to move hotels because all these things, but it really helps you grow closer as a team, and you want to play for your brother.
Yeah. Love it, man.
Love that. And I think this game, the first of the Final Four, you know, is DK said it best. This is why you came to Colorado. Like, you came to play in a game where everything matters. You came to play in a game where the world is watching you, where part of the world is doubting you and wanting you to fail, and the other part is wanting you to succeed. Like, this is why you're here. Show and prove why you're here. And you know these guys, whether it's guys you played with at Jackson State, guys you played with at Colorado. And you can see, you know, you're in Nebraska, you're here. You can see their energy pick up when they see you. And you also, like you said, in communication with them between time. But I'm with you. I think this team's growth, post-Nebraska loss, and the early trip to Florida, like you can use those two benchmarks as where the team took some exponential growth.
No doubt. Yeah, and like you said about, you know, just seeing guys like Cam, JB, I know he's not here, but, I mean, JB's like my brother.
Yeah, that's your bro, man.
That's my blood brother. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, same dorm room. We were in the same Jackson State dorm room. It was like 80 degrees, 2 a.m. I see JB get up. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Welcome to the South.
He said, it's hot, Jacob. I said, I know, bro. We got lift at 7. So let's shut our eyes and get some sleep. But, nah, I mean, it's just cool to see. Like, one thing that I was worried about when I left is, like, you don't know if you're going to keep those connections, but obviously just being around and, you know, staying in touch, and it's good people, you know. So good people find good people. And it's been really, you know, kind of relieving to see that those connections are still there. And
to prove more about those connections, talk to JB before we got out here this weekend. Grandmama sent him some cakes and pies, so.
Oh,
yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, just thought I'd rub that into you.
So I'm gonna be in the stands tomorrow, and as always, as despite what some people might think.
But you're Big J, bro.
Yes, I'm going back. I don't like it here. And I want to know what to expect from the fans. Obviously, this is a good fan base, but I think you can learn a lot about a fan base based on where they are in the hierarchy of their state. So where does Texas Tech football fall in the Texas football hierarchy?
Like football or fans or all of it?
Football, honestly, because, you know, like, it just changes. When you're the big dog, which obviously they're not, you act a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many football teams here in Texas that I feel like there's a kind of a whole dynamic between all of the different teams that exist here.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely more so whenever we all played against each other. Not we.
Yeah.
No, I'm going back to like freshman year high school. When they.
Well, you're speaking as a Texan at this point.
Sure.
You live here.
Yeah. So when we Texans played against each other, like in the Big 12, I mean, I remember when A&M was still in the Big 12. And, you know, just playing against those teams, I was at those games. I mean, I went to every Tech home game for like 8-year stretch at one point. And so, you know, Tech, they've had great players. They've had Patrick Mahomes, which I know he's not y'all's favorite, but, you know.
Who?
Least favorite.
Right. Like, I was watching that, you know, that game when they played Oklahoma against Baker Mayfield, and there was like,
yeah,
they each had like over
All-timer.
700 total yards each.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was just sitting up there with, like, my future 7th grade homecoming date, like, this guy's okay. And he gets drafted in the 10th round, or not 10th round, 10th overall pick, and it's like, dang, like, I don't know what I missed. But that kind of woke up people to Tech fans to support. And, you know, like, the basketball team's a big deal at Tech.
Yeah.
Root for them. But I was telling Scott earlier, like, these Texas Tech fans, like, they do know football. I can't preach to that. Like, they're not going to, like, unwarrantedly clap and cheer and scream. Like, if it's 24-10 at halftime, there's going to be a little bit less red and black in the stands. You know, if it's 2nd and 19, you know, when they get a sack maybe on first down, 2nd and 19, they're screaming, hollering. But, you know, 2nd and 2, they're kind of like, oh, we got it.
So let's go through this.
They're
1,
up and down.
Texas. 2, A&M.
Sure.
3.
I know Baylor's not great right now, but they had some good years.
Yeah, well, so now I think this is where it gets interesting because you got Baylor, you got TCU, you got Tech. Was there any I'm missing?
Yeah, you meant Houston. I'm putting because of Houston. I'm putting
Sorry,
Texas Tech above Houston, and even this year can go above Baylor. But I know
SMU is
they're up and coming back. You know,
yeah.
ACC.
There's so much football here. It's crazy. I
Yeah,
love it. I love it.
UTSA's had some good seasons.
which is so great for us now. Here's Coach Brian playing the game in Texas, in Lubbock. Don't know if next year Houston will be a home or away, but let's imagine it's away. We go to Houston.
I'll figure
those
it out.
Those recruiting trips. Yeah. When we get to play in another state, like we played in Florida this year, did the damn thing against UCF in their backyard, their stadium. Man, it's nothing like that because Texas is a football hotbed.
Mm-hmm. Lubbock has some. They have some good athletes too.
Yeah.
And maybe not anybody that's on Colorado's radar right now, but like those Tech kids. Like I have a kid that I was his man of influence at Lubbock Cooper as a man of influence game, and he chose me to be his man of influence. He's committed to Texas Tech, and like just kids seeing that and seeing the opportunity, you know, Coach Brian did find a pretty decent long snapper in Lubbock.
He did.
And I don't know if we're looking for long snappers right now, but
cannot remember the guy's name, but he was decent.
Mata talks about him.
Yeah, and that's what makes me forget. Like, what was that guy's name? Oh, J. Poe.
That's me.
Yeah.
Now we got Poncherello.
Long snapper.
We go to Fort Worth for TCU, and we play at Houston next year.
I see.
Double Texas trip?
Yeah.
Let's go. I like it down here.
It's going to be good recruiting. Good recruiting.
Texas Tech's packing out the recruiting section again this weekend.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, they don't learn, bro.
It's all right.
I'm a Scotty deep pockets. I would do it.
I think I would too.
Yeah, I would do it.
Like, you know, in college football in the franchise, when
Mm-hmm.
you send them on visits, this one is, you know, if they lose, it's only like 2 red arrows down.
Right, but if you win, it's 4. Yeah,
Four up.
yeah, for
Fair
sure.
enough. Fair enough. I never lose, so
Right,
I don't have to worry about that.
And if I am, I close that app real fast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
All right,
crazy.
J-Po. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Good
Enjoy
to have
that
you
quiz.
back.
Wait, before you go. The tour continues after this show.
Sure.
Where are we going tonight?
To be determined.
All right.
Can we give up our location?
Fair
like
enough.
that?
Hey, it's not like Ralphie, you know. We can disclose our location. I'm not afraid of running into anyone.
We might go a little harder than Ralphie tonight.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
J-Po.
Appreciate y'all.
My bro, J. Poe.
Appreciate you, dog. Scotty, get over
Deep
here.
pockets.
Let's take our final ad break. We'll get to prime players right now and talk a little bit more about
Scotty
this
tried
game.
to cheat on his prime players. Y'all wasn't going to call him out, but I called him out.
I thought, beginner's grace. You know, like.
I didn't say he had to change it. I just called him out.
Tell the people about your Toyota.
Love my Toyota. When we were getting our stuff today, I saw a RAV4 in the parking lot. And I was like, man, I miss it. I miss my RAV4. Next year, I'm telling you, we are going to figure out a way to hitch up a Toyota to the back of this thing so that we can be mobile whenever we touch down in a new place with a Toyota.
I'm with you now. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's smart.
see? No
That's smart.
Ubers
Smart.
until the late night. It's a beautiful thing. So if you want a Toyota, if you want to tow a Toyota behind your RV as you travel the country, visit a Front Range Toyota store near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
shout out to UC Health, our friends at UC Health. Big point of emphasis now, men's health. There can be a bit of a stigma for us men when we talk about
we don't
health.
go to the doctor a lot.
Yeah,
at all.
You know, we like to think we're doing better than we are, but you know what? We have to take care of us. You know, our loved ones would like us to take care of us, right?
And just think, if you take care of yourself, you live longer. If you live longer, how much more Colorado football you can watch?
Exactly. UC Health is trying to make it easy as possible, and you can get it done with their online scheduling and other convenient features available in the UC Health app. So download that today to get started. Go to UC Health's dedicated men's health page to see more of these conversations, as well as content and resources for men to take charge of their health at uchealth.org/men's health. Take care of you guys self.
I love it.
Got to. I really got to work on that.
Me too.
I should go to a doctor. Just, just to see.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went to a doctor?
What would be wrong with it?
I don't want to admit that publicly.
You need to go to a doctor, bro.
I know.
Prime players. You ready, Alyssa?
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to start this thing off?
We're going to start this thing off right.
I'll start. Me and Unc have the same offensive player.
We do. I love it.
We both went with Jimmy Horn Jr. For me, it is about the way that Texas Tech likes to play defense. They'll mix it up a little bit, but they do like to play some Tampa 2. And we've seen against teams that like to play Tampa 2, Jimmy eats against those teams. So he's going to get the ball in the middle of the field, and he's going to do something with it.
Once again, let me point out, as Jake always points out, we don't share these before we pick. We turn them in at the same time. And as my good friend RK articulated, I did as well pick Jimmy Horn Jr. for the exact same damn reason. I think Jimmy coming out of the slot is going to do what Shedeur wants him to do, and that's find that clean patch of grass, and the ball is going to be there when he turns forward. And you're not going to catch Jimmy from behind.
Nope. Whoa.
Yeah. No pause. You're not going to catch him from behind.
Scotty,
if you get that, you're getting it from missionary. You're not getting it from
Jesus
behind.
Christ. Scotty, who
that
you got?
Is so
That's how
crazy.
you double down on it.
That is so
Scotty, please, who do you have? Scotty, please.
Scotty,
No, I did not.
Please.
I said whoa. I said whoa.
Well,
That is not the same.
The
No,
whoa pause
that's
is
like a
the
step
same thing.
below.
Wait, I'm going to tell you something about Unc. If you ever react to anything he does,
I'm coming back
he
harder.
turns it up.
Thank
He be
you.
doing it on purpose.
Oh,
though.
he does.
Yes.
He's just,
Yes.
he
You
wants
got-
you to be like,
you-
wait, what? And then he turns it
You
up
got to do
another
like
notch.
a boxer. When a boxer gets called to the good one, he just smiles it off. Like, that didn't hurt, which that means it hurt. But if you let me know, like, ooh, okay, now we're going up.
Yep.
Lesson learned.
Jimmy Horn
Please,
Jr.,
who
I'm
is
with
your
RK.
offensive player?
Lesson learned. Hey, Jimmy Horn Jr. is an excellent pick. I've been well on the record this week that I think Shedeur Sanders in this passing offense is going to have, and let me finish, man. He's going to have
The rule is you can't pick Shedeur.
excellent. Well, yeah, I get that.
He did
So
it.
let me finish. Let me get to that. Like I said, I've been on the record. I think Shedeur is going to have excellent passing game tomorrow in Lubbock, and by result of that, I'm going with Will Shepherd. Had a quiet week before the bye, but had 4 or 5 really good games prior to that. I think he was also banged up in that Cincinnati game a little bit. I think a little rest coming out the bye. And again, Shedeur is going to be throwing it around. He's going to have plenty of opportunity for big plays. I think Will Shepherd has at least a couple of them. Probably finds pay dirt as well. He's my pick.
I love it.
I also picked a wide receiver. Pick number 1, LaJohntay Wester. Wearing that number 1.
I kind of forgot about the one when I was putting in my prime players.
Yeah, man. You got to. And what's the stat, Scott? He's like 23 of his last
He's
24.
caught 18 of his last
19.
19 targets.
So the guy is just balling out.
Automatic.
He's become, honestly, I think after Travis, LaJohntay is Shedeur's go-to receiver. He's going to have a big day. Can't wait to see what he does in that fresh new number 1.
I think the number 1 is, and you didn't mention this, so I'll double down. I think the number 1 is going to unlock the punt returner, LaJohntay. I think we're getting the punt return touchdowns very soon.
Let's go. Defense. Scott and I had the same players. Scott, do you want to explain?
Wow. You want to be like me so bad. It's crazy. But I'm rocking with that boy, B.J. Green. Coming off the edge, again, I believe Texas Tech is going to be trailing for most of the game tomorrow, which means Colorado's pass rushers are going to be able to pin their ears back and get to Baron Morton. I think B.J. Green, after he got going a little bit, I think he had 2 sacks against Kansas State. I think he had 1 the week after that, none against Cincinnati, but I think he gets back in the sack column this week at least 1 time. I like B.J. Green having a big game on the defensive side of the ball for the Buffs tomorrow.
Same. If the Buffs get a lead, man, watch out, because this guy's going to pin his ears back and he's going to get after Baron Morton. Also just stopping Taj Brooks, too.
Yeah.
BJ's, he's had a lot of like chase down
No doubt.
type of
He's been solid in the run game,
stops,
for sure.
tackles in the run game. So I would expect some of that from BJ Green. I think he's going to ball out.
You want me to go, Unc?
Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
All right, I'll go. I went with a guy for similar reasons to what you guys are talking about, but I went with Sammy Sachs. I believe that Colorado will be able to contain Taj Brooks, and thus there's going to be a lot of passes. We already know that Texas Tech wants to throw the ball 60% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You take away Taj Brooks and just make life tough on him, that could go up 65. You get a lead, that could go up to 70. There's going to be a lot of reps for these pass rushers to go after and get the quarterback, and I think my guy Sammy Sachs gets at least one.
I love that. I think you're spot on. I think you two are spot on. And I think you two different picks are so right that I went with somebody different because what I'm picking has to happen before what you guys picked happens. I'm going with Bentley because I believe it's going to be on the linebackers to contain and stop this run game, which is going to force them to then start passing the ball, which is going to lead to what y'all are saying. I think this team loves their running back, rightly so. I think they're going to come out and establish it. I am hopeful and optimistic that it's the D-line that gets those tackles. But if we can at least, on the linebacker level, contain the guy, control that line of scrimmage where it's just parallel all the way down, that's what's going to turn him into the pass team. So I think for that to happen, Bentley has to have a great day. I wouldn't be mad if it is a Cam or a Shiloh coming down as well, but I really wanted to be a linebacker, not a safety. So I'm going with Bentley, defense.
Sleeper of the game. Scott and I have the same one again here.
Oh, my God.
I went with Draylon Miller. I've picked him in this spot like 3 or 4 times this season, and I'm telling you, it's going to happen eventually. This guy's going to have a breakout game. It might be against this secondary. I think there's going to be a lot of attention, put on those top guys, especially the top 3 or 4. And something Unc said yesterday kind of rang in my head about running backs catching the ball out of the backfield.
I picked it back as well.
Draylon Miller has been working in that role, so give me Draylon Miller to make
it.
an impact in this game.
I love it. And I'll hop in because I have the same position. I went with Zay Ford because I think he's going to be on the field a little more, and he's going to get one of those opportunities to catch a pass from Shedeur. I really do believe a running back is going to be very capable of having a big reception and yardage from receptions tomorrow. So much so I wouldn't be surprised that if the back has more receiving yards than he has rushing yards.
I like that every time Unc uses his hands to talk, it enters both sides of the shot.
Yeah.
So it's like when your hand, it goes right in front of our camera. It's good. It looks funny. I went with – let me think about this. Let me try to remember this. I don't remember
You went with Big 2-1.
Wait. Oh, yes.
Headache gang.
Shiloh. Give me Shiloh. I think Shiloh has been solid at times. But we've yet to see him put a big stamp on a game.
Like a UCLA type
Exactly.
of
I think that we are due for Shiloh to have one of those games where no one could say anything about him after, except for praise. And maybe that's a forced fumble, maybe that's a pick. But I think that, when we're sitting here tomorrow night on our way back into Colorado, into the storm, we will be talking about Shedeur Sanders making some plays for this team.
I love it. I want that to happen. And I really think, as I was talking about Bentley, and I mentioned the safeties, I think if they are coming down against this running back, let me tell you this. They got a great damn back. He makes people miss. Well, if everybody's getting hatched to the ball, he should only make one person miss.
Yep.
Because once I juke you, someone should be right there, and that can be Shedeur Sanders. If we get attack mode Shiloh back, pre-injury, because let's be honest, there's been a different guy in some phases of the game since the broken arm.
Yes.
Understandably so. But if we get that early season Shiloh back in this game, that running back is going to fumble the ball.
I love it.
Excellent picks, fellas. I love Jake so much, though, that I'm going to also go with Draylon Miller as well. I think one of the most interesting wrinkles that I saw in the Cincinnati game that stood out to me was the 2 running back look.
Yep.
Draylon in the backfield next to Shedeur with either Dallin or Isaiah on the other side of him.
Yep.
I think that's something that can continue to be tapped into. I think there's so many options out of that 2 running back look. You can go play action. Obviously you can use one of the other running backs kind of as like outside zone with something we haven't really seen with maybe the other running back is kind of lead blocker. So I think there's so many opportunities, obviously, for Draylon to get involved as a runner, as a pass catcher. And I think this defense is going to give him a lot of opportunities to make some plays, make people miss. I mean, that juke, I don't even remember what game it was.
Baylor.
Well,
Baylor.
It was Baylor.
Yeah.
That's one of the nastiest jukes make somebody miss I've seen in a long time. That's from a true freshman, just a few games into his college football career. So again, I think it's only a matter of time before Draylon breaks out, and it very well might be tomorrow.
And one in Texas for the first time.
Yeah,
one of the things that he really gets an advantage from when they line him up in the backfield is he understands wide receiver at such a level that I've seen them actually have him running option routes.
Oh yeah.
Or just working with Shedeur in terms of, hey, I'm going to go and just sit where it's open. It might have also been the Baylor game, but they kind of had him just run out of there, and then the zones are splitting up. He just turns around, stops Shedeur, throws it right to him.
Yeah.
And again, he going to make that first man miss.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely going to happen.
I love it. This guy, here's a formula, all right? It's real simple. Don't get afraid of the math.
Okay.
For every pocket, there's 10x ball knowledge.
Facts.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
10x.
Oh,
10x.
Bro, I swear I didn't even
get what you're talking about now.
I didn't even notice how many pockets this man always had
Dude,
on
I'm telling
until
you, man.
said it. Now
He was on it from early
Now
on.
I almost feel like he might be leaning in.
No.
I'm just staying true to myself, bro.
No.
I'm not leading it
Because
B&B.
back in the Dizzy during the press conferences, I walk in, I'm like, that guy likes pockets. Then you know his name was like, that guy likes pockets. He likes cargo pants, man. He's making that work.
Can I borrow those tomorrow so I can take shooters into the game?
Oh, man, you like,
Shouldn't say that on the internet.
Scotty, and if you missed it yesterday, I've dubbed him Scotty Pockets, but after yesterday's ball knowledge, he is Scotty Deep Pockets. Because this is one thing to have a pocket. You ever had a pocket that you couldn't get your whole hand in?
Hate
It's
those.
like decorative pocket. No, these are functional pockets. They're deep.
I feel like
you go to the elbow in them.
I don't think I've ever had decorative pockets, but I feel like girls always have them on their jeans. Yeah,
Girls celebrate pockets. Look, it's got pockets.
yeah.
They love
they
pockets.
It's like a skirt that has pockets like hidden inside of it.
So many things in there.
Scotty
All
Deep
right.
Pockets.
Speaking of, like, these are actually deep. Like,
No, like,
Yes.
for real. Like,
Yeah, I'm not making this shit up, man.
I
This
be
guy,
needing them too. Y'all think I'm playing, but I really be filling them up a lot of times.
tell me.
Maybe not today.
Maybe not right now. Now that I'm an investigative journalist, bro, you can't be coming with the BS.
sting operation.
Well, it was low key.
Oh man, look.
We staked it out and
Tall
everything.
Ryan.
Which one?
We get there.
We have multiple tall Ryans.
RC.
I know you're talking. Yeah.
We get there before you guys, right?
Yeah.
And so we kind of huddled up, man. I'm not into the sting operation. I really haven't been keeping up with the T-shirt Watergate thing. So I'm kind of agnostic to this. I'm like, I'm listening, but I'm not participating because I don't want to mess it up. I don't know what's going on. So he comes up with this bright idea, like, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and scope it out, but we kind of be low key. I'm like, all right, cool. He comes back out, and I notice he has on a Colorado hoodie. It's like, dude, your hood, that ain't low key. What are you doing?
Yeah, he didn't even get the spiel from the person.
That's why he got the cold shoulder.
Yes.
Right?
I thought he had on a regular
hoodie.
hoodie. Like he was in there, big C on his chest, trying to stake the place out. Like, I think you stand out.
Hey, I gotta say though, shout out to Jacob, man. It was my first time meeting that boy, man. What a guy. Shout out to his brother. Shout out to his pops for showing us around, showing us some excellent food today. I mean, damn, I'm still thinking about it, man. That brisket, dog. That, what was it? The green chili cheese grits.
Oh
Yes.
my
Yeah.
god, bro.
I mean, that
Got
just
to admit. Now here's a Southern boy. Now I know my barbecue. I walk into the place, love the vibe, love all that.
Yeah.
But when I can see the menu, and I don't see baked beans and mac and cheese, I'm already like lowering my expectations.
I was a bit disappointed in that, but
But
food made up for
those
it.
grit things,
Yeah.
whatever they were,
Yeah.
the sausage,
Yeah.
the brisket, the pulled pork,
Yes.
the ribs. We had better ribs. They were great. Don't get me wrong, but I have better ribs. But everything else,
Yeah.
yeah. The sauce that was on the table already,
Yeah, fire.
So good. And then they had like a mashed potato.
a baked
Casserole?
mashed potato
Baked
casserole.
potato.
Baked potato casserole. Oh my
Yep.
god, bro.
And
I could have
anytime
just got sides.
Anytime you have a condiment station that you can take a whole loaf of bread with you, that's just a plus.
I mean, yeah,
Take a whole loaf.
I've never. walked into an establishment where you can just take a free beer.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That
crazy,
is unbelievable.
So it's
I actually
10-10.
thought Jacob's dad
10-10.
was fucking with me.
For real.
Because he's like, you can just go grab a
Only
beer. It's
because I
free.
knew him. I knew he was being for real.
I was like, bro, are you sure? Like, there's a lot of people in here. If I get yelled at, so many people are going to be staring
Went
at
to
me.
see you. Yeah. That would have been his next scandal, low key.
It would have been hilarious.
Sting
Buffs
operation.
media out here.
Stealing beer.
And if you wanted to, like, trap me, like, with some bait, saying free beer is, like, a really good.
Yeah, that'd been like telling
Really
me
good
free
strategy.
baked beans. Yeah. It's like, really? You just belly up to the trough? Like, what I do?
Oh,
A
man.
trough of baked beans.
And we only got to speak on the dessert because, boy, that
That
banana
banana
pudding, boy.
was elite.
Bro.
Jake is eating banana pudding that's like 8 feet away from him. Like he's standing up and scooping and
He was
coming
sharing
back.
with
And I'm
me.
like, yes, he said. He's like, but he shares like, Jake, just take it. There are 2 others. Then I look up and he finally listens and
Well, I
like,
didn't know who else
see how
ordered
see how
banana
much
pudding.
easier it is when you have your own. Just,
Reef just
I
said
didn't
in
want
the,
you stressed.
Reef just said in the comments, when Jake says whatever, he really means turn around and die. I've never felt something more, bro.
No, that's yeah.
Haven't said it once this trip for a reason.
You haven't said it? That wasn't spurned by you saying it?
I'm sure he's let one slip.
I didn't say it.
It will be the night that
I
fall.
Thank you.
Bro, I would probably know if he said it because I feel that in my soul.
Oh, my God.
Tomorrow on the Sunday Sleeper Show, or the post game.
Sunday, yeah.
2 days.
Tomorrow's post game.
Yes. Nah, vibes are
No,
gonna be high
vibes are going to
tomorrow
be
night.
very high tomorrow night.
Yep.
Okay, Sunday.
High vibes.
Go back to that.
By the way, someone else in the comments said I looked like Scott Storch.
Stores. Yeah.
Bro, that's very accurate.
Yeah.
I need
No
like
cap.
don't I need like a low cut?
No, I'm telling you, man. Look, when we get off air, I'm gonna pull up Scott Storch. He's a hit maker.
You ready,
He
Alyssa?
really is. He had a crazy run.
Oh my God, he
Like
had a
early
crazy run.
2000s, yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
He just chose Mr. Krabs route versus
Oh, that works.
music.
All right, we will get to the Toyota chat super chats here very, very shortly.
Run it, Jake. Run it. El Capitan.
No, I do not, Maestro. Thank you very much.
Focus, Jake. Lock in.
What's going on?
I'm waiting
what?
to get super chats and, and questions.
Okay.
Shout out. I'm just seeing it. I saw the rough sketch. No, the prime players.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scotty Deep Pockets cartoon there.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
actually
They're saying
going to
he
say
needs
something
waves,
about that.
though. Yeah,
That's what I was going to say. I agree.
You should have sent that back.
I didn't think
you
about it.
because you still look skeptical.
comment-
Not as skeptical, but you need the waves.
The viewers got me right. That's a hell of an idea. I got to incorporate the waves in there.
All right. First one from Chubbs TV super chat says, "I can't believe Red Raider outfitters were not interested in showing the design laughing emoji W journalism." Good job, RK.
Boy.
You know, I don't want to do it, but sometimes I gotta do it. You know,
But
You
it
did pretty well.
balances.
someone's got to tell the truth.
Belt to ass in the stands, investigative reporting team. Like you're balanced. You're covering all of
Get
it.
you
Get
someone
you a man who can do both.
All right, DJ Flame to you. First super chats, or first one, he's got 2. What's up, gents? First, I want to give a shout out to Caleb Mathis. I think he doesn't get the credit that he deserves being close with the Sanders family. He never complains about not playing and works hard to get people prepared. Shout out to Caleb for sure.
Okay, we're in love with that.
Second
I
one
also
from,
heard he's nice at cornhole.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I heard that as well.
You heard it too.
I don't
You're just
understand.
not catching
and
on
that
to what
didn't
I'm.
get a whoa or pause.
No,
It's a
because
game. Yeah.
No, I know, but
DJ
cornholes.
Flame
All
to you
right,
with
play
the
like you don't know what
second
cornhole
super
is.
chat says, if you
I
guys
was
haven't,
learning my lesson. I just moved on. My bad, Jake.
if you guys haven't, you should watch the wing challenge they did with Trav, Caleb, Jalen, LaJonte. It was hilarious. My score prediction, 38-14. Buffs with a 5 sack and 2 picks, 1 pick 6. Thank you, DJ Flame. Appreciate you, bro.
That wing video was so funny, and I'm making it a personal mission for us to get Jay West on this show
I was
because
just going to say both the Westers are funny as hell.
yes,
Mixing it with the super chat. Shout out to you, man, with the Red Bull Racing profile picture. Hell yeah. Thank you, DNVR, for game time. Crazy price for 8 New York Islander What, man?
No, you're racing. I love that you love racing.
Crazy price for 8 New York Islander
Whatever.
tickets center ice and got my $20 buff discount. My family members think I'm connected now. There you go, man. DJ Flame to you again says, lastly, thank you to DNVR crew, Jake, RK, Unk, Alyssa, Scott, Andre, no RK. The content you bring us daily.
Wait, what? Why am I not in here?
No, you were in there. I was just messing. The content you bring us daily is top tier, and you've become like family and a daily part of our lives. So thank you for all that you do. Appreciate all the support from you, brother. Thank you.
Shout out you.
Mama Tia. The $100 super chat. Hello, Uncle Neely, DNVR, and fans. Coach Pollock, we love seeing you on the whistle. Biggest cheerleader. Mama Tia, you're the GOAT.
Love you, Mama Tia. Appreciate you. Hope you're loving and caring for you and your family per usual. Wish you the best of health. Always appreciate your support.
I echo all that.
Shoot me an email. I miss you.
Hey, Coach Pollock, a real one. He was just up here preaching a few minutes ago. I'm not going to lie.
He's the best, huh?
One of the coolest things it was just cool for me to hear, like, this team watching Texas Tech get the win over Iowa State last week, and the players looking like, oh, yeah, we ain't no way we can come out sleepwalking this one. Like, we know we got a challenge. That was cool to hear.
Well, and one thing I just want to say is, like, this is a credit to Coach Prime.
Yeah.
No other program that I've ever covered, and that's pro, college, several different, coaching staffs here at Colorado, several Broncos coaching staffs. No other program would let someone in Michael Pollock's position come sit here with us.
Yep.
But Coach Prime is not concerned about all that.
Yeah.
He trusts his coaches to go and represent the program in a certain way. And everyone we've ever had on this show, whether it's Robert Livingston, Coach Pollock, Coach Hart, Coach Flea, George Hedgeman, every single one of them has represented the program fantastically. And I think it means something to them too, that the head coach isn't meddling in what they're doing and saying, hey, you can't talk to them, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like when I think I've told this story before, but I was writing a puff piece for USA Today about Von Miller. They what's the word? They contracted me to write a story on Von Miller. I went to the Broncos and I said, hey, can I talk to his position coach? And that was Brandon Staley at the time. And they we'll get back to you. And they said, sorry, the head coach prefers that this position coaches don't talk to the media. And I don't think that does any favors for anyone. And that's not the Broncos PR staff's fault, but I don't understand why you don't allow a player's position coach to come tell and talk about how great they are, how great they prepare, what the experiences they have with them. Coach Prime understands that shows like this or just interactions with the media in general, when you believe in the people that are representing your program, it only helps. It only furthers the message that you're trying to get out there to allow different voices and different people to get out there and speak.
The only thing I don't like about what you just said is that you open the door and you just stuck your head out of it. Man, open it wide damn open and step through it, because Coach Prime is the damn man. This bus isn't in the hotel parking lot without Coach Prime.
Absolutely.
Like this bus doesn't exist without Coach Prime. The whole tip of the spear is Shedeur Sanders, and how it starts, what you articulate there is he hires people he trusts. Like if he doesn't trust you, he's not going to hire you. So he doesn't have to micromanage Coach Pollock. He doesn't have to micromanage, players, because he has a program that is built on you not here. If I don't trust you, you ain't here. And so I don't have to what did you say? What did you do? What are you out there doing? The dude is all that. He is a Hall of Famer in life, not just in football. Shout out to Coach Prime, man, who I predict in about 5 weeks will be Coach of the Year.
Let's go. Deserves it.
Let's go.
Josh Ackley with the super chat says, "Yo, Ole Miss Jaquan, I don't appreciate your recruiting of Bruner in an all CFB. This is all I got, bro. You just made a new rival. Sko Buffs."
Sko Buffs.
Let's settle it on the field, Josh. Let's play non-conference next season.
Yeah, I played him.
What team is he?
Miami.
How was it?
I was the same as anyone else who's ever played me in that league. He took that L. Just like Scott last night.
Can you admit that I had you shook, bro? I had you shook for. You're like,
I've never been shook in my life, but
you're like, no way I'm about to lose to this guy who literally just played his first game of it.
You had me, the meme of the guy who sits up. Yeah, I sat up.
Was this the Arizonas?
It was.
Yeah.
You beat me by a score at the end.
Oh, last man with the ball won.
Pretty much.
Wasn't a lot of defense when I watched you guys.
I think it was bigger than just.
Can you put Barons on the screen?
Doesn't matter. I
can't read
I walked in complimenting y'all's defense, and then it became an offensive shootout.
When he came in, it was Denver had the lead.
No, when I walked in, it was 0-0 late first quarter.
Right, you're right.
And then it went to 14-7, 14-14. It's like, now it's a shootout.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I loved it. But you walked out of the W.
I sure
did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Scott.
And thanks to RC's
RQ?
melt. RQ. That's what we're calling him now because he's rage quit. But thanks to his epic meltdown to me in the first matchup, I'm still undefeated on the bus as well.
That's an all-time collapse, bro. Love you, RC.
RQ.
Perrin with
Ready
the
to
super
quit?
chat.
Rage quit.
Rage quit.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's both games he played yesterday.
Got to give
rage
RG
quit.
credit for
Yeah.
that, of course.
That's just another RG masterpiece.
RG's actually been on one this weekend. He's cooking.
He has been.
He's always on one, but he's actually on this time.
Sometimes rage is a result of head injury. That pipe falling, anything to do with that?
He also did play football for a long time.
Yeah, see, I don't know, man. Might have a case there.
Barron with the super chat. Shout out to DNVR after Nebraska fans crashed out. But look at us now. Your dedication does not go
Look at us
unnoticed. Sko
Look at
Buffs.
us now.
Appreciate you, Barron.
Let's go Buffs.
Shout out to Laura, the GOAT. Happy birthday, by the way. It's Laura's birthday. Tell her happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Laura.
She says, thanks for the spicy journalism today, guys. Go Buffs.
Spicy journalism.
I love that one. Spicy sting.
Next is original. I stayed in Colorado for 8 years. I miss the snow. Don't miss driving in it. However, DNVR, thank you guys for clearing up my concern earlier from #RegTheMind. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Appreciate you, original. I'm sorry. I'm probably messing that up.
One of my biggest pet peeves is people overstating driving in the snow.
It's the worst.
It's
Is that a Jake shot?
It's normal. Jake did aggravate my pet peeve on Thursday morning because I said, "Bro, where are you?" And he said, "I'm trying to drive a Honda Civic through a blizzard right now, brother." And I was like, "There's nothing about this that is a blizzard."
Okay.
We're so close to it, whatever.
Two guys with a mic says, hey, how was homecoming at JSU? And and shout out to A.D. Robinson on the contract extension. Love the pregame show and DNVR.
Much love. I'll start with the end first. Much love to you as well. And what he's referring to is the athletic director, A.D. Robinson, and the head coach, T.C. Taylor, both got contract extensions during
Congrats to
homecoming.
them. Hell yeah.
The athletic director's name is AD.
Well, athletic director.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying his name was AD
His
Robinson.
first name is Ashley. I don't know his middle name is, so it
Okay.
could be Ashley Dion Robinson. Who knows? But homecoming was great. It was good to be home. Spent more time with the grand and hanging out with my mom than homecoming's festivities, but that's because Jake didn't show up. But the yard was lit on Friday.
Do not blame me for that, man.
No, anytime a man doesn't show up and then blames another man for his reason not showing up,
Hey,
it's
just go to the next
question, man. Just a big question.
Hold on.
mark.
Anthony with the super
Shout out
chat.
to Spencer in the comments who said, "Bro, hit us with a synonym for whatever."
Just to not say whatever.
He said, "Okay."
Okay. After a long pause. Okay.
Anthony with the super chat says, I'm betting that shirt was ugly because the one in the video was hideous.
We got this one from our friends over at we'll take it off here.
Pretty tough, not going to lie.
The Matador. We had to support them for being so nice to us with our interview, so we're about it.
Is that a rallying cry for Tech or CU? No altitude, no excuses?
Well, I don't really understand, but I appreciate them for their hospitality. They were super nice to us. They did the interview, and we like to support small businesses.
Hey, Jake, are these like pine cones in the bottom? Like these
No,
red?
those
What
are-
are those?
Those look like kind of like agave plants. I don't know.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I love how they just inverted the
Aren't
cactus
those like
from one
cactus
side to the other.
bulbs?
Yeah.
Cactus what?
Bulbs.
The bulbs, like they flower?
Yeah, it do. It do.
Yeah. Shout out to them, though.
So I guess they're saying if you are in altitude, you get excuses.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I think they're saying because there's no altitude here that there's
Yeah,
no
we don't have
excuses.
excuses.
Right. So like,
It's just poorly worded.
no,
I mean,
no,
shout
Wouldn't
out
that
to
be better from the
no,
CU
shout out to
perspective
him.
to
Great
say that?
shirt.
Like, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
just
Yeah.
poorly worded, and I love how you are totally good cop. I didn't go in the store, so I don't know who bad cop was. But for you to go in there with a sting and then go, you know what? These folks are so nice. I'm not going to arrest them. I'm going to buy a shirt. Like, you are good cop.
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to put them on blast. See, it was the other place that we were that deserved to be put on blast. We went to that. I just wanted to see like what, because I saw they had the shirt in the window, so I was like, let's see what they had. And I honestly, would have respected it if they were like,
I'm
oh,
still
we
saying
didn't.
good cop. You went by one crack house to bust them. You said there's got to be another crack house on the street. You find out they're selling snow cones, and you buy some snow cones from them.
Fair enough. I
Good
like snow
cop.
cones.
You're a good cop.
Big Teasy with the super chat. Big Teasy in the house.
Let's go.
He just says ...
That's what I'm talking about. You don't even need details.
UNCLENEELY.
That's all I need, man. I'm just gonna reply.
Kimmy Unji with the super chat. What happened to the CU helmet with the stripe?
I don't.
The TCU one from 22.
That's throwback. I liked that though. It was cool.
Did they have the stripe at UCF?
No.
No.
There's no stripe on the traditional CU helmet though.
Mama Tia again.
Mama T.
The GOAT. Phenomenal gentleman. Can't eat from your table and not leave a tip.
I like that.
Thank you.
Wow, that's
Appreciate
Mama
that.
T is a good cop.
some gem.
Original with another one. RK talking. Get number 2 to whoop him in the game.
No shot. No shot.
Love
But
to see it.
I'll tell you this. Number 2, very locked in this week. Very
much
locked
so.
in this week.
Original again. RK, I'm from the South. Us Southern brothers are not used to driving in the snow. When we going to get Alyssa on the show? Alyssa has a video on the channel right now. Go check out the 21 questions that we put up.
Alyssa had her
2 days ago.
own episode of a show.
21.
Yeah, pretty much.
21. Why don't you do something for me?
Let me clarify. If you are from out of town and you're driving in the snow, you deserve all the excuses in the world.
All right,
Because
so dig this.
it takes some getting used to.
I'm from out of town.
Are we just not going to
And
acknowledge
although-
the time that snow on the road adds to any trip?
Okay, I don't want to get into this. You're setting yourself up, though. You have to personally account for that when you're planning your morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
It
like
just
that.
it wasn't bad at that time, though.
It wasn't.
I mean, I turn my car on. I want to warm the car up. I got to clean all the shit off of it, front and back. And I'm a good person, so I clean all the snow off of my roof. I don't drive around with that shit like half the people out in Denver do.
Hey,
So I
he's
did that.
Alyssa's warming up.
I did that, and
He's
then
warming up, Alyssa. Here it comes.
and then we take off, and it's
Did you get my wake up text?
Yes, I was already up.
You could have just to hit ... or something. You didn't
He
reply.
ain't even
Yeah.
respond, bro.
No, I didn't get a
I was
response.
about to see you in 30
and this is why I
minutes.
had to call him when he was, 10 minutes late, which isn't a big deal. But when he didn't respond to Unk's texts, we're all like texting in the group chat. We still hadn't heard from Jake. I'm like, well, now I'm starting to worry that like his alarm didn't go off or whatever. Now I got to call him.
Part of that was intentional because I knew you guys
Now
thought
we're
I
going.
wasn't awake. So,
But like, you can't
So you make us think
intentionally
that- you
not
make us think that you're
communicate that
definitely
you're
not.
late, bro. This is crazy.
That was a sincere good morning wake up text.
I think yours was genuine.
Yeah.
I
But
thought
honest-
so.
But, I
But
got
credit
no
to
reply,
you though,
man.
when you got to the bar, bro, you were locked in, ready to go, man.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Juiced up.
Yeah.
15 minutes late, but ready to go.
Look, man, I mean, steering wheel was like 90-degree angle at some points. Like I was just literally trying to keep it on the road.
You know, one of
I need new
Lawrence,
tires too. That's another.
one of
issue
Lawrence
that I have.
Taylor's
Fair.
biggest games, he didn't know he had a game. He was just out driving Sunday morning and looked over the Meadowlands and saw the cars.
He didn't know it's Sunday or
yeah,
what?
Yeah. He said hi. He said, "Shit, we got a game today."
That's a lot of CTE.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's how you showed up. You just happened to drive by DNVR bars like, oh shit, the bus.
Well, it's
Let me
al-
lock in.
It's dark outside. It's almost DNVR after dark. I got to tell you guys a funny story.
Ruh-roh.
Oh no.
First time I ever smoked weed, I was with some of my homies from high school, and as soon as I got high, I was like, oh my God, I have a golf tournament at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Like, what am I thinking? I'm an idiot. So I literally like run home, get there,
Sprinted, like,
set
forever.
my alarm,
Yeah.
wake up at 6 a.m. the next morning, walk out. My mom's like in the kitchen. She's like, what are you doing up? I was like, I have a tournament. She's like, no, you don't. Your tournament is tomorrow. And I was just like, oh,
Wait, can I tell another
Then
story?
you
then?
said I'm never smoking again.
until tomorrow.
Can I tell another story? Last week during the bye week, RG texted me on Monday night. And he goes, hey, is coach talking tomorrow? And I was like, no, it's bye week, but we have coordinators. And so from that point, I had it in my mind. All right, Tuesday, media. I wake up at 8:30, get ready, get everything set, get in the car at the right time. I am perfectly on time. I'm early up there. I'm driving up there. I'm like, this is great. Like, didn't even have to take the toll lane, nothing. And I get up there and I walk up to the ticket office and there's no one there. And I went, oh shit.
No shot, bro. You
Yeah.
drove all the way up there?
Yeah.
For nothing.
For nothing.
When?
Last Tuesday.
How? But you told him no.
Exactly. That's what makes it hilarious.
I don't know. I was just talking to RG the night before, and from that point, I had it in my mind. Media is tomorrow.
But you had literally told him it's not tomorrow, right?
No, I told him it wasn't Coach Prime.
Yeah, it was the coordinators.
Yes.
There's a scene in Coming to America
Classic.
where Mr. McDowell tells the king, son, if you're going to continue to work here, you got to get off the drugs.
I do remember one time in high school, too. I just, woke up, and I was like, time to, start the day, whatever. Took a shower, everything, started getting dressed. I looked at the clock. It said 3:15 a.m. I was like, what am I doing?
My daughter.
What? Jake, lock in, bro. In life.
Y'all have met
Wait.
Deuce and the girls.
Yeah.
My daughters used to do that with Deuce. He was notorious in elementary school, coming home, do his homework, and he may go to bed at 6 p.m., And they would wake him up at 8:30 p.m., telling him he was late for school, and they would make him get dressed and brush his teeth and get him to the door for the bus and then laugh,
I totally forgot to tweet this morning, but since we're just sharing experiences, I got to tell you about a text exchange I had with Jake this morning.
Oh, please, bro.
So we were leaving at 11. At 10:23, I said, "Are you showering?" He said, "I'd like to." I said, "You should probably go now then." Then he texts me at 10:32. "How do you turn the shower on?" Now, mind you, there is a big sign.
Not a big sign. Don't even say that.
There's not a big sign. There is
a sign.
Written instructions on the inside of the shower that tell you how to turn the shower on. I said, "Pull the nozzle down like it says on the wall." Jake's response, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Nozzle, question mark, on the wall, question mark, question mark, question mark. I said, "Where the water comes out." He said, "None of this makes any sense."
Were you even in the bathroom?
Then he goes, then I just respond, I say, "Brother, is the water on?" He says, "It is." I go, "Where the water is coming out, pull down the nozzle." He just goes, by the way, I can hear it kick on from upstairs, and then I just get a text, "Never turned a shower on like that in my life."
Oh, dead.
It's true, though. I mean, when you're you get used to your showers, you know, turning them on and stuff. And
that night,
that one is the most hidden, tricky one because you can't see anything.
You remember that night he was polling everybody to see who had a bathroom?
He was.
Well, because I was trying to go to the bathroom downstairs, and I was like, there's so many doors down here, and every one I open is a closet or not a bathroom. So, where are they?
It is true, man. Our Airbnb has 30 rooms.
Yeah.
Minimum.
But not all bedrooms.
Yeah.
There's just random stuff around.
A lot of doors.
And
so many doors.
It's like when Scooby-Doo chases each other and they come out different sides.
Yeah, that is so true. So, that was funny.
Which I know is haunted as well.
Sweet Caroline says, yes, Coach of the Year. Congrats in advance, Coach Prime. Patrick Williams with the Super Chat. I love you guys. Do you think we shut down Texas Tech's RB?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wait,
somewhere
under 99.5 yards. He's had over 100 in every single game.
I'm going to believe in my guys and go under.
Under.
I got under as well. Scott?
What's going on?
I'm sorry. What was the question? I'm reading these comments. I'm sorry.
Over under 99.5 rushing yards for Taj Brooks.
Wow. 99.5?
Yep. Does he keep his 100 streak alive?
I think he does, but I don't think it matters. I think he does it in a losing effort.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Wayne with the Super Chat. RK, Jake, Unc, Scotty, we talk trash because y'all family. It's never personal, and FDP is the MVP. Wayne was going crazy in the chat yesterday.
Squad.
He was doing it today, too.
He was.
FDP. Funky dope producer.
Wendell with the
get a
Super
funky
Chat.
dope producer cam.
We got Jacob's brother in the chat. He said, "Let's go have a beer, boys."
Wendell says, it's a super sticker. Hippo character runs at high speed, his legs forming a ball like blur.
Ooh, blur.
Patrick Williams with the Super Chat. I love you. Or we did that one. I think we're up. Last minute one from Miles. Finally became a diehard in celebration of 100K.
Let's go.
Thank you, bro. Y'all have a favorite shirt recommendation? Also ordered barbecue tonight just for y'all. Jake, you tried Black Ops 6 yet? I've retired from Call of Duty.
Ooh.
I have not.
I'd like to see you play Call of Duty. I feel like it would be funny.
Man, Man, your boy used to be
tweaking on that.
Just raging.
I used to be racking up kills in the day.
I'm just
let me
waiting
tell
on
you.
GTA, man. Like
Oh, bro, fall 20 next year, bro.
you guys will never see me again when that
Let's
drops.
go.
I'm retired. That's when I'm retiring from life.
Favorite shirt recommendation. My favorite is Colorado versus everybody.
I like No Coast Bias a lot.
Yeah, you do.
I like the Air Gordon one a lot.
That one's sick. Another last minute super chat. We have to wrap up quickly or else this is going to go on forever, which is a great thing. I love you guys. When I moved to, this is from Original. When I moved to Colorado a weekend, I was throwing up one day from adjusting to the elevation. I know you guys were miserable in the Florida humidity.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, it's always rough. I mean, especially going from like a dry state to a very humid state like that. But it was okay.
It was humid
wasn't
as hell
bad.
out there in Orlando. We were out there. That was crazy.
I mean, when the rain was like coming, it was fine
Right.
because you're
Yeah.
just already soaked. But
I just remember getting out my Uber into the stadium, and I felt like I was stepping into a different dimension.
yeah, that's brutal. It's worse going to Vegas actually when the hot is just like radiating off your skin. Like that's just
Bro, it was
that's
like
the worst.
112 degrees at like 11 p.m.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
That's really
Nuts.
crazy. All right.
All right, we're out of here. Post game show tomorrow after the game. We'll be on the way back, and then Sleeper Sunday this week as well.
Tell the people where we'll be tomorrow.
I don't know where we're gonna be tomorrow.
This is crazy.
Does anyone else on this bus know where we're gonna be tomorrow?
Yeah, it's crazy how you just put you on the spot like that.
Yeah,
You
no!
were supposed to-
You had the email, bro. You had the email. So,
Oh, where the bus is supposed to be parked?
yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me find it. I'll find it. We will be S1, lot S1, behind the soccer fields at 8th and Texas Tech Parkway. Spot 50 is where we will be. That is where we're going to park the bus. That's the RV lot if you just want to look that up. And then, shoot, I got to find our schedule. We will be there by 11:30 a.m. We'll hang out there for a little while before heading up towards a game or another tailgate or whatever. So if you want to come hang out with us, there you go. Lot S1, 8th and Texas Tech Parkway.
We will post a tweet with an image and a big red circle so you can find out exactly where we are tomorrow.
Are you going to be in charge of making sure that tweet happens?
Yes, I will.
All right.
Jake in charge.
You guys
That's
heard
a
it.
question I can answer.
You
Thank
guys heard it. All right. There we go. Let's wrap up there.
See you tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.
Love you all. Skull Buffs.
Jake out.
We all silly like the mayor.